one common theme across all the three roles was you have to be very good communicators. A lot of my job also involved coordinating with engineers.
So, what was one thing that really encouraged or empowered you to make this switch, or what was your past experience being an investment analyst?
What I personally felt that I will function better as an operator. Then the switch to the early stage startup happened.
What were to describe this journey from finance to product?
Roller coaster ride.
Hello, Ritika. Welcome to the Next Leap podcast. So, Ritika, I studied about you, and you have quite an interesting journey. You were working as an investment analyst for almost a year. Then you switched into founder's office of one of these startups. Now you're working as a product manager for Meesho.
Correct.
So that is quite an interesting journey, shifting from analyst to founder's office and now in PM. So we will be talking about how that switch happened.
Correct.
What were the struggles that you faced? But before we get into the serious talk, let us quickly go around a rapid fire
Okay.
just to break some ice between us.
Sure.
So the first question I have is, lunch with the Prime Minister or your favorite actor?
Prime Minister.
Oh, that is great. You're a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person.
One habit that you're proud that you built?
Waking up early. That I was a late owl always. Yeah. I mean, I was never this. I was never a morning person before, but after coming to Bangalore, very surprisingly, my life became very disciplined. Ghar mein I was very lazy.
It's okay. Yeah, so you're a coffee person or a chai?
Coffee
All the time.
all the time. I drink 6-7 cups of coffee per day. It's unhealthy, but yes.
No, it's not a healthy. Okay. So if your work playlist had one song forever, what song it would be?
There's a F1 song, "Lose My Mind." That will be my work playlist.
Yeah, yes. You can just listen to that.
Yes, and I get pumped up in listening to that song. So yeah.
That is good. What were to describe this journey from finance to product?
Roller coaster ride.
Okay, so my last question for the rapid round is investment analyst or product manager?
Product manager, definitely.
So as you talked about product management, so what is something that like drived you from being an investor in analyst to coming into product management? So what was one thing that really encouraged or empowered you to make this switch, or what was your past experience being an investment analyst?
Right. So I had the way the investment role analyst role happened for me was because I was doing a startup in my college second year. Okay, so we used to participate in a lot of business study competitions, and one of the judges there, he was a managing partner at a venture capital firm.
Okay.
So come summertime, there was a lot of pressure on our students to find summer internships. So I just thought maybe I had a good connect with the partner over there. So let me ping him over LinkedIn and see if there are any vacant positions available for a intern. Fortunately, I got one. So learned a lot over there, interacted with a lot of founders. But what I realized, having done both a startup and being in an investment analyst role, I think what I personally felt that I will function better as an operator, which is then the switch to the early stage startup happened, which was in the study abroad space. So there I joined as a founder's office. Role was very horizontal in nature over there. I was working across product, investor relations, and marketing. But yeah, I had very great mentors in that early stage startup. So my manager over there was very helpful. He helped me understand a lot of nuances which undergoes in building tech systems at scale. Then that's where I really liked product in general. So because a lot of my job also involved coordinating with engineers and defining product requirements for our next phase of launches, right? So that's where I really started to get into product. And but I always felt that I need a structural environment to understand what really product management is. And that's how I sort of stumbled upon Nextleap. And yeah, then Nextleap happened. For 3 months, we had an intense session with Arindam. Really got into thought process of what product management is, practice a lot of case studies.
Yes.
Then that interview journey happened, and then I landed in Meesho.
Okay, so as that I have a dirty question about
Yeah.
the Nextly Fellowship Program, can we get to know a little more about that? And if you can just walk us through how Nextly, the fellowship program, helped you get it to product management, and what did you do for the course, and how did you know learn more about
Correct.
to get into the
It seems like forever ago. But no, no. I think so. I've tried my hands at a lot of product management courses, but somehow Nextleap stuck with me because they have the teaching methodology is something which I really admire. He's built a broad team at Flipkart, and that was the most sought after product roles for an entry level product manager, right? Most sort of the associate APM role in general. That really admired me, and this teaching methodology was something which we really somehow it had a very high recall for me. So the methodology is one thing. Second was the peer group, which I found at Next Leap was very encouraging. So yeah, these two were the main things which helped me stuck with Next Leap. But in general, the courses and the case studies which happen at every Wednesday, those were also very helpful. And and I remember we used to do we had to upload case studies over LinkedIn
okay.
every week. So initially it was very uh, sorry is मतलब intimidating कि क्या upload करेंगे and everything, but gradually once you start get into that thought process, तो product management exactly क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता, once you start building that, I think making those product management decks and having that pressure of uploading it every single week, वो भी काफी आपको help करता है.
Correct. Yeah. So, like as you mentioned that this journey has been very intimidating for you. Yes, product management. Yes. So, what has been one of the hardest thing for you to switch from like an investment, like that finance background, to the product management thing? Like, what has been the hardest struggle that you have faced, or the hurdle that came your way?
I think two main struggles were there. First, to build a good understanding of tech systems and how they work. Um, that was one. Second was you don't know where to start because it's such a vast ocean of knowledge and it's so ambiguous in nature that unless and until someone structures it down for you, you'll be lost. So these two were the main challenges, I think. But in terms of how to build upon tech knowledge, there are a lot of books available out in the market, and you have to take an interest from yourself and research a lot about how system design work, how different products are built, what is the architecture behind them. So researching more about them and developing an interest and going that extra mile to yourself understand how things work, right? That was one. Second, reading a lot of books. So Tech Simplified is a very good book which helped me understand a lot of complicated concepts. Third was tech the sessions which are Nextleap also has on tech and on system design. They also really help you narrow down the problems a lot. So yeah.
Okay, so those were the things about your problems that you face. Correct. So, you did your bachelor's in economics,
Right.
and then your journey, right? Product management is a role that requires a degree of MBA, right, on paper. So, do you want to break this myth that people, do you need an MBA degree because you don't have one? So, do you need an MBA degree to get into PM, or you do not? Like, if we can have a detailed overview on this.
Personally, I feel in entry level roles you don't need a MBA, and especially right now the with AI and agentic AI coming up, especially right,
Yes.
the kind of skill set which will be required, let's say 5 years, 6 years down the line, will be very different than what MBA teaches you today. So unless MBA courses inculcate those things within their teaching, I really don't think that you need an MBA to get into early level product roles. And once you get into an entry level product role, then it's upon you. How are you able to create impact? How are you able to define your work? What is the relation? What is your relationship with your manager, with your peers? If you're able to create impact and have a very good relationship with everyone in your team, I think your next cycle of promotions are very well sorted. So you can climb up the ladder within product management by entering into APM roles without an MBA, then establishing yourself that you are a good product manager within the entry levels, and then climbing up the ladder from there. Even in my company, Nisha, there are a lot of folks at the senior level who do not have an MBA today at all. They're just there with their bachelor's degree, but two things they did really well. They drove impact, they were hustlers, and they had a very good relationship with their peers and managers.
So that is something. So
Yes,
breaking down to that, in the entry level roles, you do not need an MBA degree, but
for sure.
okay.
I think one thing which MBA teaches you very well is strategy and communication, but that you learn in entry level roles anyway. You have to communicate with your engineers, with designers, with business folks, with uh, with data scientists, and bring them to a common theme, and then move things forward from there, right? So anyway, entry level product role will teach you.
Yes. Okay. So as you mentioned about you do not need an MBA and all the struggles that you have been facing right coming to product management, what is something that you would say you learned as an investment analyst, or also you worked for the founder's office for a few time, right? What was something that you would say, yes, I learned it there and now that is really helping me, you know,
Mhm.
giving me an edge as a product manager?
I think one common theme across all the three roles was you have to be a very good communicator.
Okay.
So even as an investment analyst, one of the main responsibilities which I had was representing my firm in front of a lot of founders, in front of forums. So you have to be really good communicator over there. Even when I was in founder's office role, since my role was very horizontal in nature, I had to communicate with the leaders, I had to communicate with tech teams, I had to communicate with marketing teams, with design teams. So communication was there again.
Yes.
And as a product manager, we all know like how important it is for you to communicate really well and explain the requirements, which is easy for tech, business, and design teams to understand. So that is one thing which has stayed common across all my roles. Yeah. Communication is one thing which I've learned from being an investment analyst, then founder's office, and has really, really helped me in being a good product manager.
So as you mentioned about communication is important. With that only, I would like to ask, how did you land into your first PM role? Like, I believe communication was one of the major things because you might have talked to people and also how did you land into your first PM role?
Right. So, two things required. First, you have to be ready that whenever an interview comes, you are ready to give an interview. So, interview prep is a really important piece. Second is how do you find good jobs, right?
Correct.
Out there in the market. So, I adopted a different approach. So, first, narrowed down a list of my target companies where I wanted to apply. Then I went on newspapers and I tried to find what are the common problem statements which these companies are dealing with.
Correct.
So 7, 8 companies. So for each company, I found one or two common problem statements which they are facing at the moment. And then I tried to build a product deck around how to solve those problems. After building those decks, I tried to send it to readers within my target product company. So Visho was one of them. I sent it to the leader. I think fortunately the very next day I got a reply from the director of product at the team, and he then gave my resume as a referral. So that really speeded up the process of interview for me. Misho was the first company I applied for, and I got it. Yes, very, very. I think that's God's grace.
No, no,
Yeah.
that is. So, like anyone who is watching the podcast right now,
Right.
and that person is completely from a non-tech background.
Right.
For example, in a finance background,
Correct.
what is something that you would like to tell them, or advice that you would like to give them, so that they can also, if they are looking to change into product management, the role, they can also, it can help them convert into
Got
by just getting that role.
right. So two things. I think coming from a finance background, you really get good with numbers. Um, but you don't really understand how to identify problem statements
Okay.
and convert them into user features which will help drive impact, right? So identifying problem statements and having that intuition to identify that where the problem areas lie, and then validating with numbers, that's a very big skill which you have to learn as a product manager. Data analysis will help you over there, which you learn from non-tech backgrounds, right? uh, But then understanding tech systems, understanding system designs is very, very important. So that's one piece I will always advise all folks from non-tech background coming into product to have very good understanding of how tech systems work. Um, Second would be, as I said, right, identifying problems and having the ability to convert them into user features.
Correct.
That is a very important skill, is what I feel.
Okay, yeah. So about the skills, we have had a word about the advice that you would like to give is being there for the audience. Would you like to give us any one book that people should read that will help them in their product management journey?
Uh, sure. So two, three books, right? One was the Lean Product Playbook. The skill of how do you convert problem statements into user features. That book teaches it really, really well. How to go from strategy to execution to driving impact, how to validate your problem statements again and again. So validate your hypothesis again and again. That book teaches it really well. So the Lean Product Playbook is a very good book. Then on the second part on how to understand tech systems really well, Tech Simplified is a good book for entry level product managers. It will really help you understand um, how tech systems work. Right, the book is written in such a way that even someone from eighth class will be able to understand it. So it's really good book.
Okay, yeah. So I was just curious to ask this question. Like you've been here as a PM. What are things that you as a product manager feel that maybe others are lacking or someone working or if someone is under you is with
Right.
the company, what is something that you would like to teach them or that is one skill that you would ask everyone to have, like be it not in product management to be specific, but one skill everyone should have in the corporate world in these days?
All right. So I think the ability to influence decisions is one skill which will really take you very far in corporate, right?
Okay.
And this is a skill which doesn't come naturally. So that personally, I think I have been in both shoes. When I was a junior, when I was in my first job, second job, right? Um, I always had an intuition in my mind, and I would always try to convince the forum on that intuition. But when I transitioned into product, what I realized was that having the intuition or having that hypothesis is one thing, but going really deep into data and validating those hypotheses really helps you influence decisions of leaders as well. You can't expect leaders to just trust you and your intuition there, right?
Yeah.
But once you really tell your hypothesis and break it down with data and convince the leadership, the process of influencing becomes really easy, and you yourself will see that people will start trusting you then. So that is one skill which I think will, and not just in product management, right, will take you in corporate very, very far.
Yes, yes.
So this is one skill which I feel everyone should have, particularly. Yeah.
And but coming to the end of this sweet, nice conversation, one thing that I have learned talking to you is being very much open and having good communication skills. Yes, I think that will take us very far away. As you mentioned in the corporate world, to influence people is one of the abilities that everyone should incorporate in themselves. Thank you so much, Ritika, for taking out time for us today. And we will be linking Ritika's LinkedIn profile in the description so that people can go and ask all the questions that they have related to product management. And I hope her journey helps and inspires a lot of people out there if you're looking for a switch from finance to product management. Stick with us because we will be bringing more such inspirational success stories.